Hey family and friends, we decided to make a quick little video to explain what's going on because a lot of you have been asking a lot of questions. For those of you who don't know me, my name is John.
And I'm Jodie.
And we are the Swees, and we've got some news to share.
We're moving!
Just come right out of it. Okay, all right. I see where
buried
you're going.
the lead.
Yeah, no, that's good. So we're moving, you guys. Some of you know, but this is maybe the first time that you've heard about this.
Mm-hmm. Kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
It's been kind of a process of about a year. Mm-hmm. But it started with you.
Yeah, so about a year ago, I was like, it's time to move. We gotta go. We gotta sell the house. It's time to move. I didn't know why. I didn't know how. Like, we love our neighborhood. We love our house. We love our friends. We love where we are. But I just got this overwhelming sense that we needed to go.
Yeah, and I was like, oh heck to the no. We loved where we were. We loved our girls, had great relationships in our neighborhood and at school, and it just didn't feel, for me, I was like, no. Yeah. But then things started to change.
In weird ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seemed very intentional, but the things that like were keeping us here started to change. Like the girls who just sparkle, you know, they would come home in tears because they would sit alone at lunch, and there's no reason for that at all.
It felt super weird, and it started to feel towards the end of last year, we were like, this feels intentional, but we don't really know what's going on.
Yeah.
And then in February 26th, if you
know the date.
Want to be
Great.
specific about it. I was actually hanging out and I was talking to Jesus about it, and I was like, what is happening in our lives? Like, why all these things that used to be working aren't working anymore? And the Lord was like, it's because I'm releasing you from here because you guys are it's time to move. Yeah. And I was like, what? Yeah. And so I go running down the stairs and I'm like, John, I think God has just asked us to move. And he was like,
It's like, yeah, I've been feeling that for a year. So it was interesting to see how like that turned, and even the girls who just mentioned the word moving, they were like, yeah, I could go somewhere else.
Yeah. So, but we talked about it and we were like, well, where? Because it wasn't like we had specifically felt called anywhere in the conversation, and we've always been open to it.
Yeah.
We've always said we are hearing that we're called elsewhere, but we weren't feeling called, so we're like, well, what do we do? And so you said, like, let's just pray about it and see what happens. Yeah. And I was like, okay. So you went back to work. I went to yoga. And then I came home from yoga and I was taking a shower, and God clearly said to me, I am calling you to Los Angeles, California to be a life coach and spiritual director for millennials in the entertainment industry, which is about the weirdest thing that could have happened outside of, like, you know, I'm calling you to like a third world country to live in a teeny tiny village
Which could still happen. But
it's just like, it's so like outside of our normal comfort zone. Yeah. But it also, at the same time, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I mean, as long as I've known Jodie, she went to college, you know, for communications and public relations so that she could go out to Hollywood and work in the entertainment industry. Like, that's what she was going to do in her life. That's always been a passion and a part of who she is, and kind of a part of who we are as a couple.
It's true, he likes it too.
I mean, just,
we both have a heart for the entertainment industry.
Yeah. But in that way, we never saw ourselves in LA.
Living there, no.
So, LA is way too expensive. We can't live there.
And we don't know. I mean, we know.
We don't know.
We know some people, but it's just like, it's very different from the Midwest.
Yeah.
But so I get this call from God, and I go running out of the shower. I got my towel and I'm dripping, and I'm like, John, I think God has just called me to LA. And John for him, he's like, I mean, that's crazy, but yeah, that makes total sense. But we were just like, how on earth? Like, from where we are right now, there's no possible way for us. Like, there's no path forward. And then God started opening some doors. And so we started thinking, like, looking at, okay, what does that mean? Yeah. And we realized we're not ready to move straight to LA.
Yeah, so instead of moving straight to LA, where we think we're going to end up, we're not sure, but we're gonna take a year. We're gonna sell our house, we're gonna sell our things, and we're gonna move into an RV. Yeah. We're gonna do that.
Yep.
Um,
Sure are, guys.
for a few reasons. We know so many people across the country that we love and we are desperate to see, desperate to visit. And also, it'll give us the opportunity to build up a client base in LA. I have some existing clients there. I'll hopefully build up some more. And also focus on building up some passive income, giving us the ability to have a baseline.
To possibly live in LA.
Yeah, to just have a baseline of living expenses while we're trying to do that.
And it feels very much like this is a great time for us to focus on part of the reason for this journey, as we've been kind of following along, is we feel like God has given us this kind of time to really invest in our daughters, and make sure that we have loved and taught them well before the next thing. So this feels like a really sweet time to do that. You know, COVID almost confirmed
Absolutely.
for us all the things we're like, oh, I mean, this is just helping us make the decision of what to do.
Yeah, I mean, ever since we made the decision, all those other things that kept us here, like I had such a vibrant and close relationship with, you know, my friends at the gym where I went every day, and that shut down due to COVID. And then things like our church, you know, they'd been on a pastor search for the last 2.5 years, and having that been online, we weren't as connected and committed as we were.
It just kind of led us to where we are ready, and we know that this is where God is inviting us to go, and we don't know where we end up. We think it's LA, and not just for me. This doesn't feel like it's just for me. That was just the catalyst. Like God has something in store for our whole family, we feel, out in LA. But we don't know. At this point in time, we just said yes to the adventure. And so we think we know the destination, but we're not sure. And so we're just going to continue to say yes and keep following where God leads us. And in the meantime, really tried to build something good and beautiful.
Yeah. So in the meantime, we're making this video to keep you guys up to date on what's happening, but we want to keep doing it because we know we're going to be all across the country at different times and different places, and we want to just keep you guys informed. And you know, this is the easiest way to post these videos.
I mean, come on. Of course we're starting a YouTube channel, and
of course
to go with it.
Of course, that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
So we're going to start a YouTube channel so you guys can keep in touch, keep track, and you can give us some tips.
Do you want to live vicariously through us when we live in a teeny tiny little house on wheels? Do ya? Do ya?
So we're also bringing back our podcast called The Swee Spot. I know we've been saying that for years, but it's coming back. It's coming back. So the YouTube channel is going to be The Swee Spot.
That's right. Instagram, you can find us on The Swee Spot.
Yep. And we're going to hashtag Home Swee Home for all the things RV in this adventure.
So many good Swee puns.
Yeah.
So many good
It
ones.
works so well.
Thank you.
Hey, you know, thank my parents.
Yeah.
Thank the lineage that brought the Swees to the...
Anyway,
Yeah.
So we invite you guys, come along for the adventure, see what it's like, see where we go, and let's see where we end up.
We love you guys, and we will keep you posted. Okay, Holly, get up north so we can see it. Sit on my knee. It's a big fun. See Arlo?
No!
Jodie getting closer.
I'm trying!
Okay, we got stuck.